But I'll tell you, the question you asked obviously is you care what people say about you. I'll tell you right now, whether you're ripped, fat, cut up, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, people are going to talk shit. You're too big, you're fat. You're too cut up, oh, eat a fucking cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? People are going to have something to say, especially the lazy people, the people who don't have the discipline to get the fuck up and suck at something new. They're going to have the most to say. And so at the end of the day, I mean, just cancel that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Put some noise canceling fucking Bose headphones on and fucking get in there and get crazy with it.
Man. So starting off, I mean, both of you guys have worked out with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fundamentally, Donnici, you were there in the early stages. Fresh out of high school, I had just started and had a rudimentary program set, nothing like serious. And you were almost like a guinea pig.
I was a fat guinea pig for sure. But no, you, I think, just gotten your certification for when you were out in Cali.
Right.
So, and then you had gotten home and I'd kind of told you I'd been doing a lot of cardio, kind of making some steps. And you're like, if you're serious about it, like we could, you know, get that ball rolling. And I was also around the time with the book and everything. And like, I mean, it was just gym and then you were in monk mode the rest of the time. But that time at the gym was like, I mean, just raw knowledge all the time.
A lot of people don't realize, and I post it all the time, that transformation, if you dip in at Planet Fitness, after you lost like 120 pounds, what was the most you weighed? Let's just, so to set the tone.
I mean, like the last time I ever got on the scale said like 354, but that was months before I started working out or making a change. So it probably got worse than that.
Right.
And I'm sitting like 240, 245 right now.
Okay, is this the leanest you've been, or?
No, I got down to 202 at one point, but that was just like, I didn't want to be just tall, skinny. Like I wanted to develop some muscle, and so I kind of changed my eating habits too with that. But I mean, still relatively clean. But yeah, at that point, it was really just no carbs, low carbs, and just high protein.
And that's the thing. We didn't even have the macronutrients, all that stuff down back then. We didn't think about none of that. It was just a fitness.
But yeah. I mean, like microcosmically, I think about it.
Right, of course. Like you're mindful of it.
I'm counting in my head, like, am I going to be in a deficit today? Like, what did I go eat today? How many? But I mean, I don't keep tabs and
again, you don't have to keep tabs because you've developed a sufficient level of discipline where you know what it is that you're eating.
Some people are just better when they're with the physical, keeping track. I mean, that's just who you are.
To a degree, I feel like everybody should go through the baby steps, but the duration in which you have to maintain those baby steps is dependent on the individual.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Once like it had been 3 months or so, 4 months in, and I had put off a good chunk of that weight. You were lifting the whole time, and I would just be running, and we would just go together. But
you were at Planet Fitness working at the time,
right? Yeah, checking in.
Checking in. Go hop in the tanning bed after, you know. But no, and then after that big chunk of weight got off, it was great because I got to really build from the ground up with all good habits of lifting and not like the stuff that had started to fade away anyway from like our high school football weight training coaches trying to tell us to like ass to the grass with 300 pounds on your back. Like, yeah. So
terrible.
Anyway, yeah. So I got to learn functional fitness and really build all the, you know, all these little intrinsic muscle fibers, all these things you were teaching me 4 years ago, whatever it was now, at that ground level built up. And then we got into doing more heavyweight because I said I want to do more. Then the boxing comes around, which is the most fun type of cardio ever. It beats the hell out of running 30 minutes anywhere. And it's fun. It's useful information. I still implement it at least 2 to 3 times a week, whether it just be like a 5-minute warm up on the bag at the gym or when we were out of town for Katie's sister's wedding, I was showing you, that's feedback, heavy bag making do is what, you know.
And think about it. You're able to now, because you've sustained a level of retained optimization, you can now teach other people.
Exactly, yeah.
To such a degree that they are incurring the same level of transfer of knowledge and change as mine to you and your transfer of change.
Correct.
Like that's something that's irreplaceable. You know what I mean? That's something that shows not only your manifestation from the results, but your manifestation from the retention of that knowledge.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway.
So, I mean, if we're talking about where we were and where we are now, I mean, definitely was a lot more I don't want to say watered down back in the day, but we were both, open-minded, young, new to the idea. We've had some training, like I said, football, prior high school and stuff, but you really installed a couple of things, you don't learn in high school, time over tension, a couple of other things too, when you're lifting and stuff that really do make a huge difference. And so I'd say back in the day, it was kind of more beginner steps, very efficient stuff. It was definitely stuff that we needed to know. Nowadays, it's definitely, we're held to a different standard. Like, back in the day, it was, oh, it's okay. Now we're getting kicked in the fucking calf. You know what I'm saying? If you're late to a training session, luckily me, you guys don't know this, but I'm 10 minutes early. You can ask Mitch every time because I've seen the amount of burpees that people do before we do the shit that we do. And that's just, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's a lot more discipline now, and that discipline, it sounds silly for those who don't train at the level that we train at or as much as we train at or the things that we do. But I mean, being on time, being 10 minutes late, having your gloves, having the things that you need to do, it installs a certain amount of discipline. And so when you're not necessarily being watched, that discipline takes over. You know what I'm saying?
Integrity.
Like when he goes out of town, he's eating right. He's in the gym every day because it's not that he's being watched now, but that discipline's already been set in his mind now that we're older, now that we're growing.
Man, and so here's the thing. You guys have both been above 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So many people don't understand the initial effort put in, how much of that just melts off. And that's without the significant dietary change.
Absolutely.
So you guys were able to make significant weight loss change
early
without the necessity of that diet. So imagine what would happen if you would have began your fitness journey with that dietary change. Yeah, bro, I just think it's important that a lot of people can see people who have been there express the significance of where they once were compared to where they currently are. Let me ask you this, how big of a variable was it saying, I don't care what other people think about me, I need to do this for me?
That's literally the fucking recipe to success in whatever you're doing.
And everything you do.
I mean, everything you do, from what you want to do with your life, your fitness. I feel like your fitness is definitely the most vulnerable thing. In a time where we live in filters, fake Instagram posts, people fucking editing pics, to look a certain way. A lot of people at home haven't seen these people in years, but think, damn, they look like that. So I'm a piece of shit because I don't. Right. And so at the end of the day, there's, like I said earlier, there's no shortcut to this shit. You just really got to get out there and do something. And I'll tell you right now, not only is it doesn't stop at fitness. I mean, fitness is one of those things, once you become vulnerable, some people post their weight online, pictures online, progress online, videos online. I mean, once you take accountability for your fitness, you're going to see that you stop making bullshit excuses for a lot of other stuff. Procrastination at your work, your craft, your creative, you know what I'm saying? Your relationships, your discipline on certain things, you know what I'm saying? Your open-mindedness, to be vulnerable and to have, whatever in any situation, and so that's another thing too, is like I said, with these health stuff that we do and like training and stuff like that, it definitely doesn't stop at health. It'll set you up for success in a lot of other categories as well.
It's tangential. The improvement you make in your vessel will affect everything that vessel does in its day-to-day life. If your fitness and health is good, like you said, your wealth is only going to follow.
You get what you put out. But to another point, again, back to the
people judging you.
Yeah, worrying about what other people think. Wow. So me, by the time I started seriously working out when I was 19 with you, I didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. Because how could I care about what anybody thought at that point? And my problem is I didn't care about myself. I truly was just like I felt like I was served shit in the stick with the slow metabolism and didn't want to be accountable for the fact that I was lazy and I didn't want to make the right choices. I wanted the easy way out with everything. You really do have to love yourself. You got to care about what you think about yourself. It doesn't matter. Forget that. But if you can't look yourself in the mirror and be happy like with that for anything, then that's step one.
Because who are you doing the fitness journey for? You or the others?
If you're doing it to get a girl, maybe that's what starts the catalyst.
Maybe that could be
that ain't going to be the girl you're going to marry. Exactly. That's not going to ever work out that way. And I did the same thing, or thought, maybe even less serious than you did. But that's whatever it takes to get that inspiration.
Nice, because it's a variable though, no matter what.
But I'll tell you, the question you asked obviously is you care what people say about you. I'll tell you right now, whether you're ripped, fat, cut up, You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, people are going to talk shit. You're too big, you're fat. You're too cut up, oh, eat a fucking cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? People are going to have something to say, especially the lazy people, the people who don't have the discipline to get the fuck up and suck at something new. They're going to have the most to say. And so at the end of the day, I mean, just cancel that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Put some noise canceling fucking Bose headphones on and fucking get in there and get crazy with it.
Man.
Yeah.
Dude, what's funny is the back of my phone, literally the quote is, if you're ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your own integrity. If you need a witness, be your own.
Be your witness.
That's Seneca.
Real shit.
So I'm saying, like, y'all some savages, bro. It's refreshing for me as somebody who not only is close friends with both you guys, but somebody who has seen where we all once were and where we all currently are and where we potentially can be. And I think it can be even more inspiring for other people to hear where we once were and where we currently are. And because of where we currently are, where our foreseeable future and potential now can be. Realistically, the only thing I'm going to say is both of y'all need to, you know what I'm saying, maybe start tracking our macros a little bit. Maybe start like honing in a little more. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? Got to get a little more savage with it. Yeah, I know, total accountability, you know what I mean? But ultimately, you also have a level of self-sufficiency in your fitness fundamentally, and that's really all that matters, is that you guys know what to do, you guys know what to implement, and ultimately it's up to you to take it as far, as short, or as in the middle as you want.
Absolutely.
100%.
Man, any parting words?
I mean, yeah, well, that's all thanks to the tools you provided, really. I mean, and Tim provided. I mean, I'm not saying like,
Right.
obviously.
Because you did the change.
Sure.
And I love when people, you have no idea.
I got you in, and you're my guest every day.
There's an egocentric part of me that will always appreciate compliments and will always appreciate that, I'll always appreciate that appreciation for the reciprocity of teaching and then retention. But ultimately, here's how I look at it. Because with all my teachers, and a lot of them I didn't personally know. A lot of them, I literally had to watch one dimension removed because I was only listening to them with no reciprocity back, meaning I was having to watch people and study from afar without them being able to directly teach me. But when you have somebody who can directly teach you something, and this is how I look at it, yes, they taught me that shit. Even that banker, right? Ben the banker, right?
Yeah.
So much I've learned from him, so much I've learned from Coach Turner, so much I learned from Coach Rupp, so much you learn from these people. But the testament of their teaching is only manifested through the student's ability to apply that teaching and the wisdom of that teaching. And for me, everything I learned from these people, I don't say, hey, you taught me that. I look at it more as, hey, I was able to learn that. Though selfish that may sound, it's the best way to retain the understanding of where that came from and appreciate that skill going forward. Otherwise, you'll feel wholly dependent on whoever you're getting those lessons from.
Yeah.
And you never want to be wholly dependent. That's why it's self-sustained training. So you'll literally never need another trainer ever again.
Right.
Y'all some savages, man.